More and more of our imports are coming from overseas. When you turn your heart and your life over to Christ, when you accept Christ as the Savior, it changes your heart. No one was more shocked or angry than I was when we didn't find the weapons. I had a sickening feeling every time I thought about it. I still do. I have written a book. This will come as quite a shock to some. They didn't think I could read, much less write. I don't want some mom whose son may have recently died to see the commander-in-chief playing golf. People have access to health care in America. After all, you just go to an emergency room. It has come to my attention that air pollution is polluting the air. I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully. When I take action, I'm not going to fire a $2 million missile at a $10 empty tent and hit a camel in the butt. It's going to be decisive. Whether we bring our enemies to justice or bring justice to our enemies, justice will be done. Islam is a vibrant faith. Millions of our fellow citizens are Muslim. We respect the faith. We honor its traditions. Our enemy does not. Our enemy doesn't follow the great traditions of Islam. They've hijacked a great religion. Our enemies have made the mistake that America's enemies always make. They saw liberty and thought they saw weakness. And now, they see defeat. The thing that's wrong with the French is that they don't have a word for entrepreneur. Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? See, in my line of work you got to keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in, to kind of catapult the propaganda. One of my proudest moments is I didn't sell my soul for the sake of popularity. I think that there are certain principles that should guide decision-making for a president. One such principle was that we're all God's children, and every life is precious. To me, that's a moral statement. I believe that God has planted in every heart the desire to live in freedom. People love America. Sometimes they don't like the decisions made by America, but I don't think you want a president who tries to become popular and does the wrong thing. There seems to be a lot of name-calling going on, but I want to remind you what our good dad told me one time. Labels are for soup cans. Leadership to me means duty, honor, country. It means character, and it means listening from time to time. To those of you who received honors, awards, and distinctions, I say, well done. And to the C students, I say, you too can be President of the United States. Sometimes, words have consequences you don't intend them to mean. The vast majority of our imports come from outside the country. Just remember it's the birds that's supposed to suffer, not the hunter. We will not waver, we will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail. Peace and freedom will prevail. This foreign policy stuff is a little frustrating. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, you can't get fooled again. I just want you to know that, when we talk about war, we're really talking about peace. Families is where our nation finds hope, where wings take dream. Gog and Magog are at work in the Middle East. The biblical prophecies are being fulfilled. This confrontation is willed by God, who wants to use this conflict to erase his people's enemies before a new age begins. Reading history while you make history can teach you a lot. In the end, leaders are defined by the convictions they hold. One of the great things about books is sometimes there are some fantastic pictures. Freedom is not our gift to the world, it is God's gift to humanity. One of the worst days in America's history saw some of the bravest acts in Americans' history. We'll always honor the heroes of 9/11. And here at this hallowed place, we pledge that we will never forget their sacrifice. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. Whether we bring our enemies to justice or bring justice to our enemies, justice will be done.